Genesys Works Bay Area has a mission of providing pathways to career success for high school students through skills training, meaningful work experiences, and impactful relationships. We are, at our core, a social justice organization. We aim to build a world worthy of the young people we serve. As we begin the celebratory ceremony, we pause to mourn the impacts of systemic racism across our nation. We acknowledge that talent is distributed equally, but opportunity is not. And we know that it is systemic racism that causes disparities in many success indicators, including wealth, education, and employment. Systemic racism is also why communities of color disproportionately lack access to professional opportunities, and why organizations like Genesys Works exist in the first place. At Genesys Works, we have an important role to play in the fight for racial justice in the workplace. With many school, business, and community partners, we are uniquely positioned to help affect real change. We have a responsibility to our young professionals who will become the workforce of tomorrow, and we have a responsibility to each other. There's much work to be done, and we welcome you in joining us. We're moving forward, but we're not moving on.
Welcome to Breaking Through at Home, presented by PwC and Box. My name is Sahar Zaid, and I'm the Executive Director of Genesys Works Bay Area. Genesys Works Class of 2020. Do you remember this day? Summer Training 2019. Right as you were learning that all of your hard work had paid off, and you had earned a professional internship during your senior year of high school. You walked into some of the most competitive environments our country has to offer. And though there were times you may have felt intimidated, you kept coming back. Not only did you show up, you wowed your colleagues and supervisors. And then COVID-19 appeared in March and tried to turn your lives upside down. It has been a challenge. You've been tested. What you have been through has made you stronger and more adaptable. You're more aware now of what is important to you and what you're capable of achieving. What I know is that you have an abundance of resilience and grit and a laser focus on your bright futures. Even a pandemic cannot blunt your aspirations. I encourage you to hold on to that fearlessness that makes you so special as you transition onto the next phase of your lives. There's so many people who make Genesys Works work. So many people who are making it possible during this pandemic to celebrate our 7th class of students. To the families and friends of our young professionals, thank you for your commitment to the graduates we celebrate today. This program wouldn't be possible without your support. I'd also like to acknowledge the Genesys Works Bay Area staff and board of advisors. It is an honor and a privilege to be working alongside such a dedicated group of individuals. Thank you for your service. Thank you to our corporate partners and supervisors who provide meaningful learning and professional development opportunities for our interns. Why? Because they know that Genesys Works professionals are their future workforce, and they're willing to make these investments now. We are so grateful. We could not do this work without our school partners. These schools rearrange class schedules, support recruiting efforts, and do all they can to enable students to participate in our program. We received over 260 student applications from 33 partner schools across the Bay Area this year. And we're so grateful to be doing this work with you all. Finally, I'd like to thank our Breaking Through corporate sponsors. All of these sponsors are investing directly in our young professionals and have a dedicated commitment to building a more diverse and equitable Bay Area. They believe in our students, just as everyone joining us here today does. Class of 2020, we are proud of all that you've accomplished, and we look forward to all that you'll achieve in years to come. For everyone joining our event, again, welcome to our 2020 Breaking Through event at home.
Hi, my name is Samira Smith, and I was a Genesys Works intern at Kirkland & Ellis. I'm excited to share with you some of Cohort 7's accomplishments from the past year. We have accomplished quite a bit this year given the number of unexpected obstacles. Last summer, we each spent 160 hours in summer training, mastering Excel, Microsoft Word, and Outlook. We built communication and project management skills. We met deadlines and learned to give and receive feedback, and we even had a little bit of fun. At the end of summer training, we entered the working world, eager to put our skills to the test. While our internships have looked different over these past few months, we've still been hard at work adding value to our companies. We are incredibly grateful for the support that our supervisors, program coordinators, and family and friends have provided during this time. Even during this pandemic, our class managed to work over 32,000 hours. We've earned, and let me make sure I read this number correctly, $507,484. That's a lot of money for a bunch of 17 and 18-year-olds if you ask me. Throughout the year, we continued to learn and build skills that will support us in college and beyond, and our results speak for themselves. In total, we submitted 451 college applications. 100% of our cohort has been accepted into college. In fact, my class of 46 interns has received college acceptances from 54 different colleges and universities. It's been an incredible year.
None of these accomplishments would have been possible without the support of our corporate partners who hire Genesys Works interns and make our internships a reality. Hello everyone, my name is Tatiana Ibarra Morales and I'm a Genesys Works intern. We're honored to have incredible partners throughout the Bay Area, including Okta, where I interned this past year. I'm honored to be the strategic events intern at Okta. I'm a part of the demand generation team, and together we are responsible for organizing and executing nationally attended conferences, day-to-day logistics, and manage the fulfillment warehouse. Okta has hosted 16 Genesys Works interns since 2014, and has supported us through volunteering, hosting events, and even serving on our board. In honor of their commitment to our program, our keynote speaker today is Hector Aguilar, Okta's President of Technology. Hector has over 25 years of networking, security, and software development experience, and we are thrilled to have him here today with us. Hector, take it away.
Thank you very much for the intro. I'm very excited to be celebrating with the Genesys Works class of 2020. So congratulations, everybody. So I wanted to start by sharing a little bit about my personal story, my background growing up, and what I learned along the way. You know, my passion has always been technology, electronics and eventually computers. But when I was growing up, computers were actually not readily available. They were quite expensive, and also computer classes were not great and very limited. So I really relied on books and experimentation to learn how to code. But it was always about really learning about the things that I was interested in. Now, during my early years, I remember spending countless hours at computer stores where you could use the demo machines. And I would stay there until they closed or until people started looking at me funny. But I was very passionate about just this constant learning about these magical machines that could do great things. Now, fast forward many years, and I was lucky enough to be able to move to Silicon Valley and take that early passion of mine and make it my career. And some of the things that I learned from those early days continue to influence what I do on a daily basis. And one thing that I found is that the best employees are those who are doing that, always learning, and are very passionate about what they do. No matter what the role is, very passionate about what they do. So my advice to you is relatively simple. I'm just going to put it in 4 things that I think you should keep in mind. The first one is that always stay curious and be passionate about what you do. No matter what it is, be passionate about it. Number 2, take every opportunity you have to learn and grow. And especially during challenging times like the ones that we're living in. It's times where things are changing very quickly, but it's also a time where you can learn a lot from what's happening. Number 3, be patient because great things will take time to build. So be patient. And for last but certainly not least, just ensure that you always work hard, and be willing to work very hard for things that you really want. Now, it all sounds like a lot of work, but the good news is that you're living in a great place. You're living in a place where there are multiple stories about people that have accomplished great things by taking their passion and constant learning and hard work and making things happen. And who knows? You can be the next story. You can be the next big success story, whether for yourself, because you accomplished your goals, for your friends, your family, and even for the world. So you should feel very proud of what you have accomplished so far. And remember to keep a life of continued and passionate learning. And I guarantee you will accomplish great things. So congratulations again, and good luck. And thank you.
Thank you, Hector, for those powerful words. My name is Timothy Zito, and I had the privilege of interning at Accenture this year. Corporate partners such as Okta and Accenture make our work possible and give us, as young professionals, a platform to launch ourselves into adulthood and the job workforce. While corporations create these opportunities, it is the Genesys Works students, my peers, that are responsible for giving their program their all. Each and every one of us grew in multiple varying ways this year. We learned professional and technical skills, navigated a corporate environment, and celebrated many breakthrough moments. Now it's my privilege to introduce our 2020 keynote speaker, Brandon Laura Gutierrez, who will share his breakthrough moment.
Hey everybody, my name is Brandon Laura Gutierrez, and I'm an intern / web producer at Atlassian. To be completely frank with you guys, I would have never expected to make it this far, and I never thought that I'd be giving a speech, but sure enough, here I am. And I have to thank Genesys Works for that, and my supervisor, Mike. And this will all make sense in a moment, I promise. But I used to be a street kid. I made my money by any means necessary, and that 100% means what you think it means. I've gotten suspended from school for selling weed. I've gotten in trouble with teachers for talking too much and causing too much trouble. I've gotten in trouble with security guards for stealing, and I've gotten in trouble with my parents because, well, although I'm not proud to admit this, but I got caught breaking into cars by them. Luckily, not by any authorities, which is why I'm not behind bars or anything, but they were devastated, and they weren't proud of me, to say the least, and they definitely let me have it. Sure enough, I wanted to change my life for the better, and I wanted to do things the legit way. I wanted to earn my money instead of steal it. I wanted to become a better person. I knew I could have been a better person, but I was sick of living by the means that I had to do what I had to do. Which, now that I look back at it, I probably didn't even have to do those things, but I just chose the easy way out because I was lazy. And that's why I got into doing a lot of street activities. I don't say any of that, because I'm proud of it, and I don't say any of that to glorify it, but it's just to show you how far I've come, because that was a year ago. When I was a junior, I really wanted to turn my life around, and so part of that meant finding a real job. I hit up everybody on my phone list. About 3 to 4 phone calls in, I ended up finding someone who did know about a potential job opportunity, and I sprung to it. I arranged coffee with them. I went to go meet up with them, and sure enough, they told me about Genesys Works and how I should probably apply soon because the opportunity wasn't going to be there for much longer, and they were going to stop not closing, but accepting applications. So I did. I applied. I put my best foot forward. I was on time for the interviews. I filled and gave them as much information as they wanted, filled every form, and eventually I got accepted into the summer training program. This lasted about 8 weeks, and it was basically meant to teach me professional skills and develop me more professionally. I showed interest in web design and to work at Atlassian. I don't know the process behind it, but I do know that telling them specifically that I wanted to learn about making websites, designing websites, because my goal is to start my own e-commerce website where I could sell products, and I don't want to pay somebody else to do it. I want to be able to do it. I want that level of control, and I want that intimacy with the site that I build. The first 2 weeks at Atlassian were a bit rough. I felt like a fish out of water. I didn't feel like I belonged. I didn't feel like I was necessarily an Atlassian. I just felt like somebody who was there, floating around and observing. And as time went on, I realized that I was wrong. I was wrong to have that mentality, because the people there were super nice. They always wanted to know what I thought, and they showed interest in me, and they cared about me, which was completely new to me. This was completely new to me. And this specific trait would go on to be amplified on my first performance review. My program coordinator, Peony Yu, and my supervisor, Mike, were talking about the things that I've done right and how I can improve. And Mike paused all of that, and he asked me, "Brandon, how can I help you? What are you interested in?" I was taken back. I really was, and I didn't know how to react at the time. I didn't know how to respond. And so I paused, and I really thought about it long and hard, because I had never been previously put in a position like that. Because most of the bosses that I did have treated me like a to-do list with arms and legs. And I was just kind of told to shut up and listen to orders and obey them to the detail. That's how I was raised, and that's how my bosses treated me. So when Mike, my first boss that didn't treat me that way and wanted to know what I cared about and took interest in my interests, well, that was huge for me, because I always treated work like this isolated thing, like it wasn't a part of me, like it was just something that I had to do for 4 to 6 hours, and then I can completely forget about and like never ever have to pay attention to it until the next day. But it wasn't until Mike did that, something so simple, just asked me what I was into, that I was able to put, work and my interests together, which made me a lot more attentive. It made me a bit diligent, and it just immersed me in work life and immersed me in Atlassian culture, because before that, I had felt like a visitor, like a guest that was there for an extended period of time. But once they started, caring about me, I started caring about them. I know, right? Super simple. But to me, that changed literally the way I viewed work, because I no longer thought that the work that I did didn't matter and that I didn't really make a difference. No, I felt like an Atlassian, and I felt like my opinions mattered, my thoughts mattered, and what I did mattered, which eventually helped me realize that I mattered. And by shattering that stigma and that mental notion that I was essentially worthless and didn't deserve to be there, I realized that that was false, and was able to break through that. And I was able to break through to becoming a better person, and it's gotten me this far. I'm really proud of the new person I've become. I've no longer had to resort to any shady means to make my money. I've no longer had to resort to any sly or deceitful tactics to get what I want. And that's so refreshing. So that was my story of how I broke through, and how I became a better worker, and how I became a better person. My goals for the future are to attend City College for 2 years and see if I even like the whole city, not the city atmosphere, but the college atmosphere, and to see if it's for me. If not, no harm, no foul. My plans are still to build that e-commerce website and to still sell my own products. I want to thank you for taking the time to listen, and I'm just deeply honored that I was chosen to share my story, and hopefully it resonated with some of you guys, and I hope you have a great day.
Thank you, Brandon, for sharing your story and for being part of Genesys Works this year. It has been an honor to watch you break through. My name is Chelsea Siegel, and I am the Program Manager at Genesys Works Bay Area. I am joining you today to congratulate the entire class of 2020 on a job well done. You have all overcome so many challenges this year, and our entire team has been so impressed with the way that you all rose to the occasion. You have all displayed an incredible talent and grit that will serve you well in whatever your future holds. I am also here to present our 2020 Rising Star Award. This award recognizes a student who regularly went above and beyond. This student showed up every day with a smile, always gave 110% to all of their assignments and tasks, became an irreplaceable member to their team. This student is also someone that we at Genesys Works could always count on, but also their team at Salesforce could always count on too. Our 2020 Rising Star Award goes to Shayla Cordova-Quezada. Congratulations, Shayla. We are so proud of you and can't wait to see what you accomplish in the years to come.
Great work, Shayla. Hello, guys. My name is Manuel Preciado, and I am a Genesys Works intern at Okta. My fellow interns worked at 18 corporate locations this year. While the Genesys Works team trains and supports us, it is our supervisors that are with us every day to support our growth in the workplace. It is my honor today to present the 2020 Supervisor Recognition Awards. Candidates are nominated by their interns for consideration, and we had many amazing supervisors this year, including my manager, Amber. So with no further ado, our 2020 winners are Bonnie Chung from SFMTA and Jesse Nuez from Kaiser Permanente. Jesse's intern said of him, "Jesse is an amazing instructor. He made me realize parts of the world that I couldn't see. He gave my coworkers and I an inspirational time at Kaiser. Way to go, Jesse." Bonnie's intern wrote, "Bonnie forced me out of my comfort zone, making me see that you don't have to be nervous or scared to be in the spotlight. She is open and curious, always with a smile on her face. I'm glad she became a part of my life." Thank you both, Bonnie and Jesse, for investing your passion and commitment to these interns. Now, I'm going to turn it over to my fellow intern, Virginia, to present our Distinguished School Partner Award. Take it away, Virginia.
Thanks, Manuel. My name is Virginia Shipp, and I'm here to present our Distinguished School Partner Award. My 2020 Genesys Works classmates hail from 14 different high schools across the Bay Area. Our principals, guidance counselors, and teachers are invaluable supporters who make our participation in Genesys Works possible. While many schools were considered for this honor, our 2020 School Partner of the Year is Met West High School, my alma mater. Thank you, Michael, Bertha, and Jake, for your endless dedication to building a brighter future for young people and for an incredible support system for all the Genesys Works interns. You three go above and beyond and outside of the classroom and always made an effort to connect our experiences in the workplace. This award is truly well deserved. Thank you. Now, let's hear from our 2020 internship supervisors. Our work would not be possible without the time and dedication of these mentors.
I had the honor of supervising intern Alicia Kelly, Young Queen. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your commitment, professionalism, and dedication. This year has been challenging to say the least. You have risen above every obstacle put in front of you. Your commitment to making sure that no matter what was going on, you showed up for work. You did your absolute best. Was absolutely noticed and appreciated. Keep that drive for excellence, that positive attitude, and that sweet spirit, and you will go so far, my young queen.
Hi, John Z. I wanted to say congratulations again on your graduation. Super excited for you. You're going to start a new chapter. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you ever need anything or if you ever have any questions or need any support, definitely come to us and we will always think about you. So best of luck to you. And again, I don't want to say goodbye, so let's stay in touch.
Hi, Tatiana. I just want to say congratulations again on getting into UC Merced. And we're so excited for all the new things, all the new adventures, the new chapter that you're about to begin. It's so exciting. As I've told you before, the door's always open for you to come back at Okta. We would love to have you, and please keep in touch. I couldn't imagine being placed at a better job setting with a better team and a better supervisor. Maria was able to talk to me on a personal level and understand life circumstances that I was going through. She was always willing to answer any questions. Although they were the simplest questions, she made sure to help me understand thoroughly. I want to give a huge thank you to all the people in my internship that supported me, guided me, and trusted me with important projects. I could never thank you all enough because this experience has truly been life-changing. Nobody in my family has ever had the opportunity to work at a company like Okta.
I also want to give my thanks to Nicole for being a #1 supporter and nudging me in the right direction of taking initiative, showing creativity, and allowing me to be myself. Not only Nicole, there are other people in my team. Brendan, especially my person to go to for extra work. Stacy, Cassie, Mariah, Christy, and Liz for entrusting me with their workload and allowing me to use the work as a tool for me to practice and learn from mistakes as a way for me to grow and provide help better.
I'd like to give a special thank you to my team of Rita, Alvin, Dorothy, and Gigi for all the mentoring and laughs we've had through our time together. Although the days were cut short, I cannot thank my incredible team enough for the opportunities, feedback, and advice they've given me, and will continue to use it through college and beyond.
Supervisors, on behalf of Genesys Works staff and students, we can't thank you enough. Your support and mentorship of our interns make this all work possible. My name is Peony Yu, and I am alumni of Cohort 1 and now a program coordinator with Genesys Works. Cohort 7, I'm so proud of you. This year you have encountered many obstacles, you have developed new skills, and learned from your mistakes, and prepare for your futures. I can't believe it's been a year since we met. I remember meeting all of you during the first day of summer training in Oakland. Some of you were nervous, some of you were excited, but you all were ready to take on new challenges. It was truly amazing to see you all have breaking through moments throughout summer training at the team up events, networking day, and mock interviews. And it didn't just stop there. All of you have done great things throughout your senior year, juggling school and going to your internships. It has been a great experience to work with all of you. And now I'm going to turn it over to my colleague Ebony to wrap us up.
Thanks, Peony. I'm Ebony Aber, Program Coordinator for the Genesys Works Bay Area. All 46 of these students, our graduating class of 2020, put in unbelievable effort this year with grit and determination. Not many young people can navigate completing senior year of high school, applying to college and scholarships, commuting all over the city, working 20 hours in a corporate environment, encountering a pandemic, and pivoting to a remote work and learning. But you all did that and more this year. You have amazed us all. I'd also like to take this moment to welcome Genesys Works Cohort 8, Class of 2021. Before you know it, you'll be celebrating the completion of successful internships too. We are so proud of all the hard work you put into the summer training and can't wait for your internships to get started. Class of 2020, congratulations on joining the ranks of Genesys Works alumni. You come from so many different backgrounds, different schools, different life experiences, but you all have one incredible thing in common: big dreams for your future. By being here today, by being with us throughout the last year, you have shown us all that you have the tenacity and the ability to achieve those dreams. We'll be with you every step of the way. Make sure you stay connected with us on social media and join our Genesys Works Bay Area alumni group on LinkedIn to stay up to date with the latest opportunities we have for you. That about does it for our 2020 Breaking Through ceremony. Thank you all for joining us. We've saved one of the best parts for last. Enjoy some of our young professionals delivering the Breaking Through cheer.
What are we gonna do?
Break through.
What are we gonna do?
Break